the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we're here with OP Racing Premier Series as they bring you the Dega 250, the final race in the regular season. 4 more drivers are going to be added into the playoffs here tonight. We'll get into that here in just a little bit. I am your host for tonight. My name is KR Stolfus, and I want to thank you all for joining me here tonight. I do want to say Dawson did have some school get in the way of stuff here tonight. So Dawson, study hard and go get those A+ that we know you can get. So qualifying out on the speedway right now, Bubba Winningham in the 66, one of our first trucks to hit the track. He is on a burner right now. Kevin Fritsch in the 25, making his way around this Talladega Super Speedway, 2.66 miles. She's big, she's bad, she's fast. Kevin drops down on the apron, and the 25 gonna flash through the tri-oval and across to the start-finish line for his time lap. He goes to the top of the board with a 55.63. Richard Sanchez comes into second. Now that the drivers are turning in their times, Sebastian Maier in the 23 on top of the leaderboard with a 55.62. Richard Kuhn in the 47 getting up to speed. We'll check in on him in just a minute. Nate Warren in the 2 on his outlap. He's getting ready to take the green flag for his timed lap. So Nate Warren on the clock now. Crosby Jr. in the 33 sneaks into the top 10 with a 55.66. A lot of very quick race cars here tonight, race trucks. And right now they're all chasing the 23 of Sebastian Maier, who has the quick time for the moment at a 55.62. Cody Nagels in the 6, looking to lock up the regular season championship. There's a very good chance he's already got that locked up, but it's a little too close for me to call. But in all likelihood, even if the 6 has a bad race here tonight, this race becomes his drop race because he has had a stellar season so far. So the 6 point leader by, I believe, 50 points or so. Let me pull that up here. 41 point lead over the 25 of Kevin Fritsch. As we get ready to go to the national anthem, we'll be back with tonight's starting lineup just as soon as we see where the 6 finishes and then the national anthem. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as our drivers are taking to the grid, and that means it is time to look at tonight's starting lineup. And on the front row, going to be two drivers who are no stranger to starting right behind the pace truck. On the inside, in the number 23, turning a time of 55.621 out of Dale Cup Games, that is Sebastian Maier. Spot number 2 on the outside, that is the 25 of Kevin Fritsch from Team Bootnaka Esport. Row number 2, the 14 of Vicente Guerrero, and the 88 of Gabe Butler. Cody Nagels and Matt Wagner make up row number 3. Row 4 will be the 44 of Anthony English and the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. Row number 5, Vendetta Motorsports driver Richard Sanchez in the 510 and Eric Laurie in the 071. Row number 5 going to be a battle of the 3 numbered race cars. Logan Helton in the 63 and Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33 make up row number 6. Row 7, John Guerrera in the 59 and Sean Stevens in the 27. Row number 8, the 62 of Les Levy and the 71 of Sean McCara. Row number 9 on the inside, that is Zach Workman in the 19, and to his outside, the other Zach, that is Zach Fritsch in the 12. Richard Kuhn in the 47. On the inside of row 10, to the outside, the 68 of David Overstreet. Dave Hunt in the 53 on the inside of row number 11 with Adam Kilday to the outside. Row 12 will be the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. and the 2 of Nate Warren. Row number 13, Bubba Winningham in the 66, Alex Green in the 3. Brian Wang in the 05 on the inside of row 19 was row 14 with Stephen Miles in the 8 to his outside. Row 15 will be Jim Maier in the 95 and Andy Brigante in the 13. Then it's Jimmy Reynolds and Steve Hoppett from Mad Dog Racing, wrapping up our 32 car field to start the race here tonight. Chevy Silverado drops down to the inside. Sebastian Maier and Kevin Fritsch, Silverados themselves on the front row, leading this field to the first green flag of the night. Here we go. Green flag is out and we are underway for the first time. Side by side into turn 1 as they try and gain as much speed as they can little bit of a gap between the 6 and the 44, but that hole is closing up very quickly. The 44 going to give a good shot to the back bumper of the 6. And you can see that momentum get transferred forward. The 23 started this race down on the inside lane, but wasted no time moving up to that second lane in front of the 25. That leaves two teammates, the 14 and the 6, down on the inside lane. So right now, Dale Cup Games in control of this race, and we are going to have one of these guys lead the first lap, whether it's the 23 or the 14. The first lap in the books, and Sebastian Marin in the 23, now down on the bottom. He is trying to make that truck as wide as possible. Sebastian Marin already has himself locked in. He picked up a win earlier in the season. Cody Nagel's in the 6, third truck in line there on the inside. 2 wins on the season, or I'm sorry, no wins on the season, but he is quite possibly going to be the regular season champion, so he's locked in. But right now, the goal is to get Vicente Guerrero into this race for our boys at Dale Cup Games. Let's take a quick moment and look at our race info here tonight. It is the final regular season race. 4 spots are still open, so we'll get into that here in a moment. Zach Fritsch just needs to maintain, and he gets his way in. Richard Kuhn and Vicente Guerrero just need to not explode, and they will most likely get in. So it's Zach Workman and Wagner who have some work cut out for them. No cautions for stages. Our stages will be scored at lap 25 and lap 50. There is one fast repair available to our drivers here tonight. Bubba Winningham with the fastest lap of the race last time around. Bubba turning a 49.58. 49.58 for the fastest lap of the race. Dave Booth chiming in, saying that he's got a bum neck tonight. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. I've had my share of neck and back issues, and I can tell you, those two will put you on the floor pretty quick with enough, with the pain that they can generate. So Kevin Fries in the 25, now out in front. Sebastian Marin in the 23 on his back bumper. And Fries slides up to block the 88. Gabe Butler. Trying to get a third lane going. That is the 63 of Logan Helton up on that third lane. 3 trucks up there with him. That is the 62 of Les Levy and the 53 of Dave Hunt. Now they add another one that looks like the 19 of Zach Workman. Two cars have fallen to the back. That is Steve Hoppett and Peter DeBorgia. As the caution flag comes out, these guys are going to be glad that they were at the back at the right time. Looked like the 59 is pointed in the wrong direction. John Guerrero, Bubba Winningham getting into this scuffle. Let's see if we can figure out what happened. The 71 is Sean McCara. Looks like something broke on the car. Bubba Winningham hard on the brakes in the 66. Winningham saw that coming and looked like maybe he was trying to lock it down hardcore. we go on board with the 66. Man, he had those brakes locked up and there was nowhere for him to go at that point. Oh, I see the 14 of Vicente Guerrero got into him as he tried to check up. Our first caution flag of the night coming out, and it looked like the 71. Sean McCara having an issue there. The first caution of the night is out, and I do expect to see everyone on the pit road. However, no one can make it on fuel from... Wait, no. That's going to be close. It's going to be real close on fuel at this point. I think they will all want to see at least one more caution before the end of the stage. That will make them breathe a sigh of relief. On to pit lane. And the 25 going to win the race off of pit road. The first caution of the night is out, and with that being said, guys, we're going to take a quick break. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to fire him off. I shouldn't say get ready to fire him off. They just got done on pit road. They're going to get stacked up to be ready to be fired off. I do want to thank you all for being out here tonight. Make sure you stick around for all of it. Make sure that you cheer loudly and often for your favorite driver. Do keep in mind this is a racing atmosphere. So if you have your favorite driver, you feel he's been wronged by another driver, say something. Let me know. Best way to do that is to type it boldly. Stand with conviction behind your words. We're going to stack them up 2 by 2, side by side. We're going to let them go. Alan, good to see you, buddy. Alan Fritsch is here. Alan, I'm not sure who you're cheering for. The 12? Okay, I've heard of him. Heard of Zach Fritsch. He does pretty good from time to time. But no, my plan for him, or at least if I was his crew chief, the strategy that I would employ for Zach Fritsch, he comes into tonight's race. 79 points to the good. So all he has to do is really just finish the race. Right at the back. Don't make any mistakes as far as forcing an issue. He has nothing to try and force through. His only goal is to not lose his shot at the playoffs. Now keep in mind, there are drivers who aren't listed right here that need to just have a win, and then they are playoff contenders, and that would eliminate one of those four above the cut line. Here we go. Pace truck is in. Kevin Fritsch, Sebastian Maier swapping spots for this restart. Green flag is out. Gabe Butler pushing hard on the 25. David Booth cheering for, I can't tell. The engines are running. I couldn't hear what he said, but he's cheering. Kevin Nagel's cheering loudly for Cody. Let's go, Cody. Cody, third truck down on the inside line. Working lap 10 of 94. Our first caution of the night just wrapped up. And the 25 and the 23 send it down the back stretch. The 25 drops down in front of that inside line. Gabe Butler in the 88. Pushing on the back bumper of the 25 once again. Sebastian Maier in the 23 gets a good run off of turn number 4. That 23 truck puts his nose out in front. Trying to get a third lane going once again. Two trucks up on the third shell. of Kevin Fritsch and the 23 of Sebastian Maier look like they are bound and determined to lead every lap of this race. But here comes the 63 of Logan Helton. That is another driver who wants to lead every lap of every race. Oh, David Booth was saying Dave Hunt. Oh, okay. John Guerrero turned his fastest lap of the race last time around. Guerrero in the 59 was pointed the wrong direction just a few laps ago. Looks like they fixed, either had to burn a fast repair or got some of that damage fixed very quickly. He is in danger of losing the draft here. He has fallen back quite a bit, and that is a scary rate that he is losing this pack. Meanwhile, front of the field, the 63 of Logan Helton taking over the top spot. One truck all the way up to the high side. Not sure who that was, but Gabe Butler in the 88 was just in front of this field not too many laps ago, but has decided to drop to the tail end of it. So the 88 finds himself now back with Steve Hoppett, John Guerrero, and Jeff Crosby Sr. in the 15. Anthony English in the 44, now our race leader. English, Fritsch, Maier, as they went into turn number 3. Kevin Fritsch drops down to the inside just ahead of the 19 is Zach Workman. Workman, who has worked his way forward, gaining 15 spots from where he started this race. And now Workman out in front. Take a look at our drivers who have been hot here in the last 3 races. Cody Nagels, Gabe Butler, Matt Wagner, Casey Gilchrist, and Kevin Fries all have been hot, and right now all of them running very well, except for Butler. He has dropped to the tail. I do believe that was by design. We have 10 laps to go in this stage. Let's take a look at who has won stages so far this season. It has been quite the season for our stage winners. Kevin Fries has picked up 3 stage wins. He's the only one to have 3. Quite a few of them have 2. But the rest of this field has all experienced being at the front of this stage at one point or another. Some of them bringing home that first stage win of the season. There you can see who all has stage wins. Just to do a recap of what happened last week, our race winner was Jim Maier in the 95. Sanchez brought it home in second. Miles third, English fourth, Mark Mann in fifth. Cody Nagels picked up his first stage win of the season in stage number 1, and that's 6. At one point looking like he was going to try and win the stage, but he's fallen back. He is now the lead truck in the 3rd lane. Our drivers who have qualified for Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday playoffs. That means all of these guys are in OP Racing's top 3 series, have made the playoffs. That's Cody Nagels and Adam Kilday. And then if the 14, the 510, the 44, and the 13 can lock themselves in here on Monday night, they will join that list, but it'll be a tall order to get all those guys in. David Overstreet in that country time 68 looked like he got a bump he didn't like. Was able to wrestle that truck back under control. Allen cheering, throwing the checkered flag, saying seal the deal with a first place. I assume that he wants to see Zach Fritsch win this thing, but Zach has to play it very careful here as he's in that Budweiser number 12. Was behind the 14 of Vicente Guerrero, now by himself in that 2nd lane. That's fine. Like I said earlier, my plan for the 12 would be just don't make a mistake and don't put yourself into a position where you will make a mistake or be punished for someone else's mistake. At 12, all that 12 has to do is pretty much probably just start the race. I think at this point he would be locked in, but anything can happen. So you still want to make sure that everything is, you know, T's are dotted and I's are crossed type situation. And look, I may not be the sharpest rocket scientist in the crayon box, but I like the color purple. Tastes like chocolate. One truck up into the third lane by themselves, and they are falling back. That is Adam Kilday in the 85. So Kilday going to blend in after he drops to the tail of the field here. Mentioned earlier, John Guerrera in the 59 looked like he was struggling to keep up with the pack. Guerrera now finds himself 13 seconds behind Jeff Crosby Sr. Guerrera 38 seconds behind our race leaders. And I don't think that they are going to catch him before we get to the end of the stage, because this field is starting to slow down. Last time around, no, they're not slowing down. Sorry, I was looking at it wrong. They're still hauling it, so no one's worried about saving fuel. They are all driving as hard as they can. So Sebastian Maier and Kevin Fritsch, our front runners for most of this stage, started on the front row, looking to try and finish on the front row here in stage number 1. And John Guerrera looks like he is falling off the map. We saw him disappear on us as we were riding on board with him. Hopefully he can get back out there, but the 59 just needed the caution to come out and he would have been fine. Jeff Crosby Sr. is pulled onto pit road. He's the only driver to hit pit lane. He is giving up track position for sure. Not 100% sure why he hit pit road when he did. He was getting ready to be lapped, so he said, I'm gonna get out of everyone's way by hitting pit road. Good heads up move as we're getting ready to end this stage. That is a veteran move from a veteran driver who has a great head on his shoulders. That is Jeff Crosby Sr. in the 15. So Kevin Fritsch now battling alongside the 44 of Anthony English. We're gonna get the one to go. Here comes a few more drivers on the pit road. Sean Stevens gonna give up a shot at some stage points. One more time around, final lap here in stage number 1. And as I was graciously reminded by David Booth, there are no cautions for the stages. Sean Stevens, Bubba Winningham, Steve Hoppett all hit pit road that time. Final lap 3 wide. Cody Nagels in the 6 with the 68 of David Overstreet. Can the third lane make something happen so far tonight? That third lane hasn't really shown a whole lot of speed, but it's starting to show up now as it is time to pay, and several trucks peel off. They didn't have enough fuel. Cody Nagels in the 6 looks like he is going to win his second stage, and he does. Cody Nagels, your stage 1 winner, and Kevin Fritsch and about 12 other trucks hit pit road. Oh, let's fix that there. Fixed it. Cody Nagels, your stage 1 winner. And like I said, Kevin Fritsch, Sanchez, Les Levy, Peter DeBorgia, Eric Laurie, all these guys hit pit road coming to the stage points. And now these guys will hit pit lane. Oh, getting very tight on the pit road. Your top 14 there, all hitting pit road. Kevin Fritsch in the 25. All by himself. That is not a good look for the driver of the 25. He was just very quick getting on and off the pit road. Everyone else just kind of meandered along. Now that we're into stage number 2, Kevin Fritsch gonna hope for some help here from the field that's getting ready to swallow him up. Brian Wang in the 05, our race leader now. Anthony English in the 44, hooked up with him. Cody Nichols in the 6, Zach Workman, and Logan Helton rounding out your top 5. They've got themselves a little bit of a gap here. The field is spread out right now. Steve Hoppett quite possibly serving a penalty on pit road, as he is still sitting there. And it is going on for a full minute that he sat on pit road. So a severe speeding penalty for Steve Hoppett. We're trying to work out some damage. Brian Wang in the 05 out in front. And right now our Canadian drivers are the bookends for this field. Brian Wang out in front. John Guerrera in the 59 was the first truck out of the race. Guerrera went behind the wall on lap 20 and has not resurfaced. We'll see if he gets back out there, but I think his night is done. John McCara, Jeff Crosby Sr. off the lead laps, off the lead pace. John McCara, the first truck, 1 lap down. Jeff Crosby Sr. about to go 2 laps down here as Brian Wang continues to lead. It's 5-truck breakaway. It's being slowly reeled in by Jim Maier in the 95. As Senior tries to blend in, Jim Maier just laid down his best lap of this race, a 49.64, and all the way back to 11th place of Dave Hunt. These guys flat out scooting. They all just turned their best laps of the race. They want to catch this lead pack, and they're doing everything they can to make it happen. So Steve Hoppett going down another lap in the 131. Hoppett from the way on the other side of the map from where Talladega is. Trouble at the front. Logan Helton into the wall. Anthony English in the 44 involved. Richard Sanchez scoots through. Jim Maier gets a piece of it. And big issues at the front of the field to bring out tonight's second caution. That looked like several trucks involved. Right off the bat, I saw the 63 and the 44 in trouble. Let's back that up a little bit further. They go 3 wide into the corner. Man, I'm not sure if the 44 pushed the 63 into the 6 or if the 63 thought he was cleared. See if we can't queue up a different camera angle here. Let's try this shot here. Off the back bumper of Logan Helton. A lot of trucks getting torn up in that one. Only one fast repair available to all our drivers here tonight. Cody Nichols in the 6. Looks like he's headed for pit road. He's very slow. Cody Nichols maybe going to have a tow truck help him get his pit stall. But Brian Wang peels off for pit road and into his pit stall. With that said, guys, we'll be right back after this.
You wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the green flag is about ready to come out once again. Field is stacked up 2 by 2. Ryan Wing won the race off of pit road initially, but then came back down to top off his fuel tank, and he wasn't the only one to do that. So when it was all said and done, the 19 of Zach Workman finds himself our new race leader with the 68 of David Overstreet to his outside. Chevy Silverado gonna peel off for pit road. That's gonna leave a Ford F-150 out in front of the field. Here we go once again to wrap up our second caution of the night. Green flag is out and away we go here in stage number 2. That Workman up a few spots. Trouble. The 2 of Nate Warren has gone for a spin, but he is down below the yellow line. Caution flag is not going to come out for him just yet. And the 2 of Nate Warren sitting there wondering what the heck just happened as he tries to refire. And he is going to get it rolling. Away he goes. As they are 3 wide, let's see if we can figure out what happened to Nate Warren in the 2 on this restart. As the green flag comes out, looks like maybe he missed. Oh no, he started blinking. Oh, that's a tough one. I saw flames come out of a tailpipe in front of him. I thought maybe there was a checkup for a missed shift, but then he started blinking. And I believe that is going to be the culprit. But no caution flag for that. We stay green. Zach Workman up 16 spots to be where he is as our race leader. Ooh, big wiggle out of the 68, the 23 and the 63 trying to hold on to it. Stage number 2. About 14 laps left in it. Drivers last on pit road on lap 32. So that is right at the limit once again. We might see a similar situation where we had at stage 1, where a lot of the line leaders did not save the fuel to make it around one more time, and so they dropped to the pit road with 1 lap to go in the stage. We are at that exact same point once again. Big wiggle out of the 23. Somehow Sebastian Maier was able to save it. Zach Workman in the 19, the 14 of Vicente Guerrero on his back bumper, then the 510 of Richard Sanchez, third truck on that inside line. Your middle lane, the 68, the 53, and the 25. That's David Overstreet, Dave Hunt, and Kevin Fries. And then up on the top shelf where all the fine wines go and wait to be pulled down, that is the 23 of Sebastian Maier, and the 63 of Logan Helton, and the 3, Mr. Excitement himself, Alex Green. Now just 2 trucks in the third lane as the 23 and the 63 are by themselves up there. Nate Warren in the 2, who had lost the draft, as he is going to get swallowed up here. Nate Warren able to allow the field to go by down on the bottom or down to his inside. So now Warren is our first truck one lap down. He will be battling with Jeff Crosby Sr. in the 15, who is right behind him to be the first truck one lap down. Should we get a caution flag? Remember, there are no cautions for the stages, and I really like that move because it has created quite a few big moments in this race because of that. The Workman, Guerrero, Sanchez, Overstreet, and Fritsch right now scored as your top 5. And Allen been watching that 12 work his way forward. Zach Fritsch up 12 spots from where he qualified. Be that 4th truck on the inside lane. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work out because I was completely blown away by almost half the field having to hit pit road as they came to the 1 to go for the stage. I thought maybe everyone was going to try and milk it, but not everyone could. And we are going to be facing that very same situation. Side by side into the corner, the 68 leading that second lane, but here comes the 88 of Gabe Butler. Butler had dropped to the tail end of the field, and now he has found his way back up to the back up to the front using the 3rd lane. Can he take over the top spot? That 3rd lane stalling out for just a moment, but once again through the tri-oval. The 88 slides down in front of the 68. Hold your breath, Connolly clear moment right there. The 88, the 19 now side by side down the backstretch. Our biggest mover of the race right now, that is the 95 of Jim Maier. And Jim had taken a hard shot to the inside wall in our second caution. So now he is trying to make a nice recovery. He picked up the win last week. And with that win last week and with the start that he has here, that locks him in to the playoffs. So now he's looking to go 2 in a row as he gets a shot from the 19 right in the middle of the corner. That'll increase the pucker factor just a little bit. Kevin Fritsch drops down to the inside with Gabe Butler in the 88 in tandem. Bastion Barron in the 23 trying to utilize the 3rd lane with Andy Brigante in the 13. That 3rd lane not working very well just yet. They're coming up on the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. He is going to drop down to the inside. Senior pitted on lap 40. So he is on a different strategy than everyone else. John Guerrero, our first truck out of the race, he will be scored in 32nd spot. Steve Hoppett, 3 laps down, he's in 31st. Jeff Crosby Sr. in 30th. He is 2 laps down, and our first truck and only truck 1 lap down. That is the 2 of Nate Warren. "32 trucks did start the race here tonight. 28 of them are on the lead lap, and Matt Wagner in the number 11, our last truck on the lead lap, as he works at the back of the field with the 6 of Cody Nagels. They find themselves almost 17 and a half seconds behind our race leader. So Cody, who picked up stage number 1 here tonight, now finds himself about 18 seconds behind the race leader. Gabe Butler, Kevin Freese battling to be our race leader. Both trucks leading their respective lanes. Jim Maier in the 95 pushing on the 25. Then it's David Overstreet in the 68, second truck there in the second lane. That second lane starting to lose a little bit of its drivers down at the bottom. You might see a few of them hit pit road. The 66 of Bubba Winningham, last time he was on pit road was lap 32. We'll keep an eye on him, see if he can get in here and get some stage points, or if he's going to have to peel off for pit road. As he's tucked in behind our pole sitter of Sebastian Marin. Steve Hoppett in the 131, multiple laps down. He's there in that shot as well. Stage 2 closing in very quickly here. Remember, it is scored at the completion of lap 50, and there is no caution when that time comes, unless we need the caution. Hopefully we don't, because this is getting good. Anthony English in the 44 trying to use the third lane. Got the 23 of Sebastian Marin and the 66 of Bubba Winningham up there with him 2 more times around here in stage number 2. No one's really using that third lane efficiently until it's time for that pay window to open, and the 44 of Anthony English uses it to shoot him all the way into the race lead. Now he drops down in front of the 88. The 23 of Sebastian Marin gonna have a good run. Still big wiggle out of the 88. The 66 of Bubba Winningham right there on the back bumper of the 23. Man, oh man, it is a drag race. They are gonna have 1 lap to go in the stage. And once again, a few trucks have hit pit road, but not everybody. This time it's Adam Kilday, Les Levy, and Steve Hoppett on the pit lane. But it is our final time around. Sebastian Marin in the 23, finding himself out in front down the backstretch. Can he hold on to it? He drops down to the middle lane, gets a shot from the 44. Can he hold on to it? Sebastian Marin in the 23 drags that 44 down to the yellow line. Sebastian Marin with a good run coming, and doesn't look like a challenger just yet. Nobody to his outside. A few more trucks peel off for pit road, including the 63 of Logan Helton. And through the tri-oval, the 23 of Sebastian Marin is going to win stage number 2. So Sebastian Marin in the 23 picks up the stage win. Anthony English second, the 88 of Gabe Butler third. These guys will most likely hit pit road this time. Logan Helton, John Stevens, Sean McCarra, Jimmy Reynolds, Alex Green, Richard Kuhn all hit pit road the lap before, or as they came to the end of the stage. To the 23 on the pit road. Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33 takes over the top spot. Last time he was on pit road was lap 33. So he is stretching his fuel pretty far here. And I'm wondering if a mistake was made, or if his way on the pit road was blocked, or if he just wanted to go around one more time to hit an empty pit road. That 33 is going to have to come down pit road this time or next. Those fuel tanks are running dry. So now the 33 out of fuel, trying to coast it on the pit road. All of our pit road shuffling will see the 95 of Jim Maier inherit the race lead if he can hold on to it, because here comes the 19 of Zach Workman with a run. But Workman going to get locked into the back bumper of the 25. Second lane starting to develop with Peter DeBorgia in the 40, and now make it third lane as the 63 of Logan Helton really does. He doesn't like being behind anybody, so he'll use a third, fourth, fifth, 10th, 30th lane if he has to, as long as that means he is out in front. Gotta appreciate the dig that comes out of the 63. It is constant. It is all about the pressure, and he always makes sure to keep that pressure high on everyone in front of him. So Jim Maier in the 95 out in front. 25 of Kevin Freese as they close in on Jeff Crosby Sr. Senior goes up to the high side to stay out of the way. Our field right now finding itself single file. Going on board with our red hot 95 of Jim Maier. Picked up the win last week. With that win and the start here tonight, locking himself into one of our championship contending spots. He's out to get another win for sure. Each and every time the 95 shows up in a super speedway race, you better respect it, because he's going to find a way to make his presence felt, either with a race win or wearing you out and letting you know that he was there. Sebastian Marin going a lap down. Bubba Winningham already one of those laps down. Sebastian Marin got caught speeding on pit road, so that has knocked him off the pace. Is our first truck one lap down. We now have 25 trucks on the lead lap. Matt Wagner in the 11 and the 6 of Cody Nagels. They are locked together here and have been for a little bit. They're just trying to basically not go a lap down. They're 33 seconds away from our race lead, so they are in help, or in need of help from a caution. But they are staying committed to trying to run nose to tail and be as fast as possible. And not go a lap down. All right, so Jim Maier in the 95 continues to lead. John Stevens in the 27, making some moves. Stevens tucked in behind Peter DeBorgia. DeBorgia in the 40. Oh, and Workman slices up in front of the 40. Big, bold move right there by Workman. Gyro cam with Peter DeBorgia in the 40. Workman saw the chance to use the momentum from that 40 truck, put himself out in front. Man, oh man, is that truck wiggling off the front bumper of the 40. So Zach Workman in the 19. Out in front, our biggest mover of the race, that is Jim Maier in the 95. He is up 28 spots from where he qualified. And Jeff Crosby Sr. in the 15, peeling off for pit road once again. The senior making another pit stop. Sebastian Marin, Nate Warren, Jeff Crosby Jr. all one lap down. Sebastian Marin and Nate Warren battling to be the trucks. That first spot one lap down. Sebastian Marin has it by quite a few truck lengths over the two of Nate Warren. Let's go off the nose of the two of Warren. Sebastian Marin in the 23, just a couple trucks up ahead. At the front of the field, the 40 and the 27. First time these two trucks have been out in front while running side by side. Workman in the 19 clears the 27. Will he stay committed to the back bumper of the 40? No, he's going to make the move to the outside lane. Steve Hoppett in the 131. Looks like he could go another lap down here. Hoppett gonna hang a hard left there. Just get out of the way. Gotta appreciate the heads up move there from that driver. Not sure that that was the most ideal way to do it, but he made it happen and kept that truck under control. 40 and the 19 through turns 3 and 4. Peter DeBorgia in the 40. Zach Workman in the 19. Workman, Fuel Sim Racing driver. Champion in OP, Peter DeBorgia in the 40. He is a driver for Team Bootnaka Esports. has last time I heard, now granted things can change, but has a world record in Days of Thunder. And beating the game Days of Thunder. Has a world record in it. If you don't believe me, just ask him. He'll tell you where to find the video of it happening. I gave him $1,000,000,000,000 KR bucks and said, how did you do it? Show me. And so he showed me, and it was wild. That's all I can say. I remember playing Days of Thunder as a kid, could never figure out what the heck was happening. He showed me how to do it, and now I want to play Days of Thunder again because he broke things down in a way that, as a tiny tot French fry, I could not figure out. Either way, as far as I know, I haven't been told otherwise. He has a world record in beating Days of Thunder. So that is Peter DeBorgia. You can check him out on Twitch over at Mixmaster PJ. Meanwhile, WoW Video Tours 27 out in front. At WoW Video Tours, that is Sean Stevens' business. Does virtual video tours of your house, of real estate. Then they put it up for sale, and you get a nice little walkthrough. Some really neat stuff. So since we're on the websites, just look up WoW Video Tours and just look at, you don't even have to be buying a house, but just look at what they're doing with the internet, with trying to sell a home. It is some really great stuff because it eliminates like pictures where you're like, hey, what? Well, they didn't take a picture of this. Why not? His videos are high def, virtual, and they're like going down like Google Street Maps, except for it's for a house. It's wild. It's cool. I'm not in the market for buying a house, but I find myself every once in a while going to WoW Video Tours just to go through some homes, just to see what's up. Sebastian Marin in the 23, working his way back onto the lead lap. That is not going to hold for very long because the 23 will either be the first truck one lap down or the last truck on the lead lap, depending on where the noses line up for the 63 and the 23. David Overstreet in the 68, going to go a lap down here. Overstreet making a pit stop on lap 51. And the yellow flag going to come out, and I think the 23 survived. Is going to get the free pass. Not sure all of what happened, but Zach Workman getting a piece of it. Let's see what happened to the 19. Drifts up, tags the 510. Jim Mayer, another hard impact for the 95. Oh, that's a tough break because he is out of fast repairs. Workman just comes up off the bottom. Tag Sanchez gets collected, but Dave Hunt and a hard impact for the 95 of Jim Maier. Go off the nose of the 95. He just gets shot into the outside wall and breaks his truck once again. His night is done for sure. As that right front is anything but connected to the rest of the chassis. So yellow flag comes out. 63 pulls on to pit road, leaves the field on the pit lane. Sebastian Maier going to get the wave around or the free pass. Bubba Winningham in the 66 thought maybe it was going to go to him. It's called back by race control. So Helton winning the race off of pit road. And guys, if you're still out here, is this our third or fourth caution? I want to say it's our third caution of the night. But there's a lot of things I don't know. So with the 63 making his pit stop, he is going to blend in behind quite a few other drivers who are looking for a wave around. And now that we have the yellow, let's go ahead and take a moment. We're going to catch our breath. Let's go through our lineup here, starting with John Guerrera. Scored 32nd, first truck out of the race. He exited on lap 20. Steve Hoppett in the 131, just ahead of our race leader. He is multiple laps down. He is scored in 31st. 30th place right now, that is the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. Bubba Winningham in the 66. Last on pit road on lap 51, and we're working lap 65, so he's looking for the wave around here. Jim Maier in the 95 behind the wall. They are working on that truck furiously. They have not pulled their scorecard just yet, but Jim Maier out of fast repairs and our most recent victim who cautions and being out of the race. Cody Nagels in the 6, Nate Warren in the 2. They're scored 27th and 26th place respectively. David Overstreet in 25th spot. Matt Wagner in 24th, and Jeff Crosby Jr. in 23rd. Those guys all one lap down, so they will be battling with each other to try and get back on the lead lap should the caution come out. Very important caveat right there. They're going to need the help of a caution to get back on the lead lap. Now they might do it the hard way, but they're not going to pull around and rejoin the field at the tail end of it without help from a caution. So here we go. Chevy Silverado pace truck gonna peel off this time. Then it will be Logan Helton and Richard Sanchez, the 25 of Kevin Fries and the 27 of Sean Stevens for row number 2. Row 3 will be the 44 of Anthony English And then Alan Fritsch's favorite driver, that's the 12 of Zach Fritsch for row number 3. And guys, I had to go get some blood work done. Blood work. Had my blood drawn so that they could test it, make sure that I'm as awesome as I think I am. It's really starting to hurt right now. All right, here we go. A 63, Logan Helton, and the 510 of Richard Sanchez. They get the green flag. They get back to the throttle. Logan Helton in the 63. 2 wins on the season. That doesn't mean a whole lot to him, except for, well, heck, that just means that I gotta get those 2 out of the way before I can get the 3rd win of the season. Logan Helton in the 63, out in front with 24 laps to go. We are gonna have 1 more pit stop before this race is all said and done. Sean Maier down below the yellow line. Maier at the tail end of our lead lap field. Zach Workman at the tail end of the field here too. 17, a driver I haven't talked a whole lot about here tonight, but the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds now trying to use the 3rd lane to make something happen. Blends in as it didn't develop, but good to see Jimmy Reynolds trying to work his way forward now. Back again to the 3rd lane. He has some help from Cody Nagels and Sebastian Marin. Cody Nagels not on the lead lap. Sebastian Marin used that free pass. He is back on the lead lap. And they might have something brewing in the 3rd lane. Oh, and the 510 nose first into the inside wall. Sanchez all by himself. We stay green per the rules. A 1-car incident down below the yellow line will not bring out the yellow flag. And Richard Sanchez is balls deep in trouble right now. That truck, hard impact to the inside wall. He's lucky he's got all his teeth. Sanchez not able to make it on the pit road into the grass. He is trying, missed it just a little bit. Now on to pit road. John Stevens, our race leader, as they flash through. I'm trying to roll through footage here on the back end to see where things went wrong for Richard Sanchez in the 510. It looks like he in the 63 just making a bump. And caution flag is out. While we were looking at that, Les Levy getting involved in an issue. Let's see what happened. And Les Levy and Matt Wagner get together through the tri-oval. And the 62 up in smoke. So two trucks up in smoke very quickly. Sanchez burning a fast repair, but he has got to be glad to see that caution come out when it did, because he was hurting for it. Not sure what happened to the 62 there, but going through the tri-oval, don't know if he thought he was clear to the outside, tried to get the momentum of the 11 of Matt Wagner, mistimed it, maybe got some bad information, but either way, the 62 and the 11 contact through the tri-oval, and consequences are involved at that point. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna take a quick break. No one go anywhere. Be right back in just a moment. Welcome back, race fans, as we are about ready to fire them off once again. This caution flag coming out for a third time here tonight, and the exact perfect moment when everyone could almost make it on fuel. So here we go. Let's see what we have in store. Only 2 trucks in the outside lane. Everyone down on the bottom lane decided to take the penalty and come back down pit road and top off. Sean Stevens did not, along with the 44, the 17, and the 53. Here we go once again through the tri-oval and what could be a race deciding restart. Green flag is back out. 17 laps to go. 27 and the 44 side by side through turns 1 and 2. All of that single file line leading stuff is going to start coming apart down the backstretch. Kevin Fritsch in the 25, who started on the front row for this race, now finding himself trying to dig out of a hole as he is in the middle of this field. Two trucks out of the race. That is the 95 of Jim Maier and the 59 of John Guerrera. Richard Sanchez in the 510. First truck 1 lap down, Jeff Crosby Sr. 2 laps down, Bubba Winningham 2 laps down, then Steve Hoppett 4 laps down. Matt Wagner out of the race as well. So Matt Wagner behind the wall, Jim Maier behind the wall, John Guerrera behind the wall. Their nights looking like they are done. Anthony English in the 44. One of our drivers who came into tonight's race below the cutoff line. Should he pick up the win here, he will lock himself in. So English wants to have a great run here. One of the drivers who just needed to have a solid run as well, that is Richard Kuhn in the 47. We really have not talked about the 47 at all, and that means he is just stealth. He's in stealth mode. He doesn't want anyone to notice. He's probably going to be mad that I'm talking about him, but the 47 just needed to have a good quiet run. Don't have anything bad happen, and so far it looks like it is all going his way as well. So Richard Kuhn entered tonight's race 59 points to the good, and he is still out there running. I think he might be one of the few drivers who is going to make it in on points. Zach Fritsch in the 12, another driver who doesn't necessarily need to win, just needs to have a solid night. He finds himself up in the mix just outside the top 10 as everyone peeling off for pit road. That's going to shuffle things up just a little bit. So with 14 laps to go, Gabe Butler, Kevin Fritsch, Brian Wang, Peter DeBorgia, and Eric Worre all on pit road. That is Team Bootnaka all hitting pit road at the same time. So they have made their gamble. They say, hey, this race is going to go longer than what anyone anticipates. So we're going to hit pit road this time. We're going to have enough fuel, and we are going to come out on top. The 53 of Dave Hunt now going to pit, but he's doing it by himself. Dave Hunt gives up the race lead to pit by himself. That is going to be a costly move here at the end of the race. Anthony English Cody Nagels, Sebastian Marin. How about that? Cody Nagels, Sebastian Marin, these guys were struggling to be on the lead lap, have made themselves back to the lead lap, and now battling for the race lead. 12 laps to go. How about that recovery from those drivers? Let's check in on another competitor who just needed to have a quiet night and make something out of nothing, or not make nothing out of something. Vicente Guerrero right now inside the top 10. When he started this race, he was 47 points to the good, and he's still out there running a solid night. Now you just have to hold strong to what you have and don't let it all go south this close to the end of the race. Now, let's talk about some drivers who are in desperate need of a win or something akin to it by making sure that you're on the podium. Zach Workman in the 19 came into tonight just 9 points above the cutoff line. This 19 has been very fast all night long, has been up front, and I can't say for sure where everything lies with the stage points being added in, but I can tell you if he wins the race, it doesn't matter. He will be locked in. But right now, when he came into this race, +9 and out in front, well, he's doing what he needs to do to preserve that spot. Matt Wagner in the 11, he is out of the race. He was one of those drivers who was just 9 points below the cutoff line, and with him being out of the race, his playoff dreams, hell, they're shot, they're shattered, they're gone. It ended when he pulled in behind the wall with contact from the 62 of Les Levy. Anthony English in the 44. He is our race leader right now. He entered the race here tonight 15 points below the cutoff line. If Anthony English comes away with the race win, that will knock Zach Workman out of playoff contention. And that will be a huge upset for Workman and a huge celebration for the 44. Same goes with Richard Sanchez, but Sanchez finds himself 1 lap down right now, the 510, finding himself as the first truck 1 lap down. So he is going to need some big time help to get into the playoffs here and make something happen. And then Nate Warren in the 2. Well, Nate Warren is in the top 5 right now, but is that going to be enough? I don't think so. I think Nate Warren is in a must-win situation, considering that Zach Fritsch, Richard Kuhn, Guerrero, and Workman are all doing what they need to do so far in this race to stay ahead of him. So English in the 44 could be the upset winner for our drivers who came in above the cutoff line. Cody Nagels in the 6, going to be our regular season champion. He's already locked that up with the exit of the 3 trucks that are out of the race. Or I'm sorry, the 2 trucks, as Jim Maier in the 95 has rejoined the race. So Jim Maier back out there. But Cody Nagels locking up the regular season championship. So congrats to the 6. We'll see if we can't talk to him at the end of the race. Speaking of 6, you guys notice there's 6 laps to go. I did. You should have too. Don't blame me if you didn't notice. I'm just the one with the microphone. I can't tell you all what to think. The 44 of Anthony English down on the yellow line. The 6 of Cody Nagels just to his outside door. They're running side by side, and Cody Nagels came into tonight saying, I want to try and win this race. If I can't win it, I want to shove Vicente into a victory lane spot. Well, Vicente's not in front of him just yet, but the 6 looking like he might be able to win this race. We have 5 laps to go. Our Dega 250 presented by Butt Kicker. Has been an action-packed night. It has been a night that is worthy of being your final shot to make it into your championship 16. When the green flag dropped, there was only 4 spots available. And the 4 drivers who came into the race with those 4 spots are doing exactly what they need to do to hold on to it. But there could be the upset. The 44 of Anthony English, if he comes away with the race win, will play spoiler to the 4 drivers who came out into this race to the good. Keep in mind, these point showings do not have stages accounted for it. All I can go off of is my estimation, and my estimation is that the 44 has to win the race to get in, but Cody Nagel is going to do all he can to try and win this race. And Nagel's making that truck very, very wide. He wants the race win just as much as anybody. 3 laps to go. Here comes Zach Workman in the 19 down on the bottom lane. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know who's going to win this race. If you have an idea, let me know who's going to win the race here tonight, as the 6 and the 23 door to door into turn number 3. Zach Fritsch falling back in that 3rd lane. That's okay. Zach Fritsch just needs to bring it on home. They're going to get 2 more times around. Anthony English in the 44 has to hit pit road. Nate Warren on the pit road as well. Huge implications here. Anthony English, with not enough fuel, peels off for pit road, and that could be it for the driver of the 44. We got to see how this plays out. I'm not sure if everyone has enough fuel, especially if we go into green-white checkered attempts. Oh my goodness, they are getting crazy in front of this field. Lap traffic could be an issue as they are trying to scramble to get out of the way. Gonna get the white flag. Should we get the white flag? That is gonna do it. Cody Nagel's in the 6, out in front. Tight through the tri-oval, little bit of contact, but we get the white flag. This race is going to go the regular distance. Cody Nagel's in the 6, out in front. Here comes the 63 of Logan Helton. He is down on the bottom. He has some momentum. Can he make something happen? Sanchez, who needs a win, he is 1 lap down. Cross him off the list. I think our 4 drivers who came into tonight above the cutoff line are gonna stay there no matter what happens, but don't take my word for it. I don't have it. official stages, but here we go. The 23 making it very, very wide. Holy cow, and at the line, Sebastian Marin is going to pick up the win, and everyone is Sudokuing behind them. Sebastian Marin in the 23 picks up win number 2 on the season. Started on pole and comes away with the race win. Holy cow, and everything broke loose behind him. Alex Green in the 3, Cody Nichols in the 6. They were arguing over territory. And then in the end, Zach Workman in the 19 is the one that triggers this caution. At least then from that point of view. Take another look here at it. Holy cow, what a finish here tonight. As the 23 picks up the race win. Victory celebration for Sebastian Marin. As he is sitting on the start finish line. Let's see if we can't get a word in with our race winner. That is the driver of the 23, Sebastian Marin. You pick up your second win of the season. Man, oh man, tell us how you did it here tonight, because you started on pole and you win the race. There might be something to be said about being a fast driver.
Yeah, it was a great night. Getting qualified on pole, just trying to stay out front as long as possible. It seemed like every stage and every at the end of the race there, it came down to a fuel mileage, I guess, sprint, because for stage 1 you had people running out, stage 2 you had people running out, and then there at the end you had split strategies and people running out. So it was a chaotic race in terms of strategy. My goal was just to stay out front. Even when fuel mileage was a thing, I kind of, I'd rather run out of fuel and not earn stage points and be out front and then just like hope for a caution, which is what I did. But I did end up saving just enough fuel for both stages. For the second stage, I ended up getting a penalty because I ran out of fuel out of turn 4. So I tried to go in a little faster because I knew I had to roll it in, and it was just a little bit too fast. And then got a timely yellow, going to the front, and then after that, never looked back. Cody ended up coming from the back to the front. We were working great up there as teammates. Unfortunately, we couldn't get a 1-2. I felt like we were going to get a 1-2 secured. I don't know if Logan got slight tap on the door entering through or something, but it checked up the bottom lane. And then from there, it was just defensive, driving out of the rearview mirror, just trying to block all the runs possible. And I did, and we came out here with a win.
Well, man, an outstanding run to wrap up the regular season. You join Kevin Fritsch and Logan Houghton with 2 wins on the season. And man, your ticket was already punched, but now you have that momentum rolling into the first round of playoffs.
Yeah, it's great going into the first round. Momentum, like you said. I've had a few rough races in terms of not getting any stage points, not getting the best of finishes. So to end a regular season like this and head into the playoffs with the most momentum out of anyone feels good. But hopefully we can keep this streak and momentum going into the playoffs and finally lock up the championship.
All right, man. Well, before we let you go, shout outs, thank yous, anything else you need to add?
Yeah, shout outs to my teammates from Dale Cup Games, Vicente, Cody, and Steve, who unfortunately couldn't be here. Thank you for them. Just blast working together. We worked amazing there together at the end with Cody. Shout out to you for putting on this broadcast. Definitely going to be rewatching this race back. This was probably the best race of the season. Just super fun, hard racing, super clean fuel strategy. Like, this had a bit of everything, so great race. And shout out to OP for putting on this league. And it seems like everybody's getting used to the trucks now, finally. So I think that showed in this race. Everybody looked really comfortable. So hopefully here's to a really good remainder of the season.
All right, man. Well, nice job. And once again, congratulations on the race win.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
That is Sebastian Marin, driver of the 23, our race winner here tonight. But now let's move on to our second place finisher. And that is not only our second place finisher of the race here tonight, but our regular season champion. That is a 6, Cody Nagos. Cody, you got yours on, buddy?
Yes, I do, KR.
Cool. Hey,
Yeah.
you did a thing.
What?
You did a thing.
I did do a thing, but I'm still a little frustrated because I kind of wanted that win, but I did the team thing and secured both lanes for me and Seabass, but I wanted that win pretty bad. I've been looking for win number 10 in my OP career now for a couple weeks, and it seems like I keep finding myself on the podium, but I'm not getting a win. But that's all right. It's still a good race.
Well, I'll tell you what, Cody. Sebastian Marin had that huge run on the outside lane. I'm not 100% sure that even if you got that, spin right there before the line, that you would have crossed it before him. But either way, regular season champion, and you still have quite a few races to lock up another win.
I do. It's pretty wild to me that I won the regular season without even winning a race, but it goes to show that consistency pays off in the end. And, I'm still confident I can get a win at some point in this season. And I guess I can look at it through one scope that, hey, if you win the regular season without winning a race, then you've probably done something right. So I'm proud of the season I've put together so far. I've said it before to a lot of people within the league. The story I'm writing right now, I feel like goes back 2 seasons ago in my rookie season when I finished second to Logan Helton. And everyone knows the success that Logan has, not only on Super Speedway, but in Road to Pro and everywhere else. And I'm kind of trying to write out my redemption story. Last season didn't go quite as planned. Early exit from the playoffs. I got a couple wins, but just wasn't quite the consistency I needed. And this season, I'm hoping to finish the story that I started writing 2 seasons ago. I fell short to Logan, and I hopefully this season that I won't be denied. Regardless, though, I'm hoping to be around OP for a long time, and the Monday Night Championship, I'm gunning for it.
All right, man. Well, I'll tell you what, that car looking very solid here tonight and this entire season. So before we let you go, shout outs, thank yous, anything you need to add?
Yeah, I want to thank you and Turn 3 Racing Network for always being the voice of OP. I want to thank all the admins behind the scenes for doing a fantastic job and keeping this thing going for 11 seasons and 13 on the Butt Kicker series. I want to thank Martin Sports for jumping on board with my competitive team outside of OP. If you need anything, check martinsports906.com. And lastly, I want to thank Dale Cup. Everyone, it's just not possible without everyone there. Steve wasn't there tonight, but Steve, Seabass, and Vince is the best teammates I could possibly ask for on a Monday night.
I do need something. So, where's Zach Workman?
I don't know. Where is Workman?
I don't know, but you told me to go to this website if I need something. I need to talk to Zach Workman. In order to talk to him, I need to know where he's at.
I'm gonna have him on speed dial. Let me dial him up real quick. I'm gonna dial him up real quick. Hey, he ain't even in Discord. Well, you're just out of luck. I'm sorry.
All right, Cody, man. Nice job bringing it home in second place in this race and our regular season champion. Congratulations. A stellar start to your playoff run.
Thank you, KR. God bless.
That is Cody Nagels, ladies and gentlemen, getting it done here tonight. All right, so Zach Workman has gone missing, but that doesn't mean that we're done talking, because I still have a lot of words to say, and the only person who talks more than I do, that is the driver of the number 3. That is Alex Green. Alex, got your ears on, bud.
Man, you ain't talked to me in a broadcast in like 4 years.
What? You're still alive?
That's all I was thinking.
What's up, Alex? How you doing?
Man, I'm good. That was a lot of fun. I think that's the best race that we've had in a long time. Gave it, I hate the end of my season, but I gave it everything I had.
Well, I'll tell you what, you did an outstanding job. You were there at the finish, and I believe 8th place finish for you, if I'm not mistaken, but a battle through the tri-oval for the podium. Things just didn't work out your way as everyone started to hip check each other.
Yeah, I mean, I had a really good run through the middle, and I thought I was going to be able to make it last. I knew everybody's going to be really close on fuel. As Seabass threw that first block, I really thought I thought I was going to be able to get under him. Just the middle line stalled out, couldn't get the run I wanted, and finish up P3. So.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on a solid top 10 finish here tonight. Your championship hopes die with this race, but I'll tell you what, there's a reason why we call you Mr. Excitement. So I hope to see some fireworks out of you, even though you're not in the shot at winning the championship. Maybe you come away with an upset win here or there.
Man, that'd be great. I've been having more fun doing this than I have in a long time. This was my first top 5, top 3 in 3 years, so it's been awesome to get that monkey off my back. Really hope to end the 5-year drought here and get another win in, even if it doesn't mean anything.
All right, man. Well, any other shout outs, thank yous you need to give?
Yeah, man. Want to, of course, thank you for putting us on and being the voice of OP for so long. Thank all the drivers out there for a great race, a great community that we have here. Just a really great group of people, and I think OP is in a really good spot right now. Of course, got to give a shout out to my daughter, Ellie. Maybe one day she'll watch this and think, man, my dad was a nerd, but at least he loves me. So, other than that, just appreciate all the fans tuning in, and I think that about does it.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Alex Green, our third and final interview of the night. Let's get into our wrapping up the rest of our show here. The Dega 250 presented by Butt Kicker. Our finishing order looks something like this: Sebastian Marin, Cody Nagels sitting 1 and 2. Alex Green third, Zach Workman fourth, Zach Fritsch rounds out your top 5. Vicente Guerrero 6th, 7th goes to Jimmy Reynolds, Les Levy in 8th, 9th goes to Logan Helton. Rounding out your top 10 is Stephen Miles in the number 8. Sean McCare 11th, 12th goes to Andy Brigante, Richard Kuhn 13th, 14th Sean Stevens, Gabe Butler in 15th spot. Then it's Kevin Fries, who started on the front row, finishing in 16th. Brian Wang in 17th spot. 18th going to go to Eric Laurie. And then Peter DeBorgia in the 40 is 19th. Nate Warren 20th. 21st Adam Kilday. Anthony English 22nd. 23rd Jeff Crosby Jr. Dave Hunt 24th. 25th David Overstreet. Richard Sanchez 26th. Jeff Crosby Sr. 27th. Bubba Winningham 28th. 29th Steve Hoppett. James Maier 30th. 31st Matt Wagner. And John Guerrera 32nd spot here tonight. So guys, thank you very much for joining me. Hope you all enjoyed the show, and I do hope you all come back next week, as we will have more racing action for you. So until then, hope y'all have a good night. Hope y'all stay safe so that I can see your beautiful cheering voices next week. So until then, y'all have a good night.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.